Welcome back to consecutive day 834 of a diary of a runpreneur. Please do give this a subscribe and a share, as it is part of a fundraiser to save the lives of children by attempting the ultimate ultramarathon. All the information on how you can support it is in the link in the comments below. Thank you as always for your support, and let's get started. So, excuse me, it's a good start, looks like I swallowed a fly. So, consecutive day 834 of the diary of a runpreneur. And today, the last 24 hours have been quite interesting actually, and pretty productive. So, I've done a lot of reading up recently. I mean, one of the most influential books in my lifetime has been The Rich Dad Poor Dad, the original book. So if you've not read it, it basically teaches you, it's one of the most eye-opening books that I've ever read, in that it really kind of helps you understand how money can work for or against you. And, you know, it teaches you about assets, liabilities, it teaches you about the importance of cash flow rather than just getting revenue. It talks to you about the actual cash flow and the passive income. It teaches you so many kind of basic investment principles and the different structures. Now it goes, I'm probably doing it a bit of a disservice with my explanation there, but it just really helps you understand money, and most importantly, helps you understand that there is a different choice than, you know, getting an education, working for 40, 50 years of your life and then retiring with not a lot. There are other options that are out there for you. And if you understand how to use money and understand the power of leverage and compounding interest, that you can really build a really stable financial platform that you can kind of move on from. And he's done, I think must be about 10 books or so in the Rich Dad Poor Dad series. And I'd read the first couple originally, and they were hugely influential on my journey. But so I was only scratching the surface of the level of detail they go into. And more recently, I've been reading all of them. I think I'm on about book number 5 or 6 of the 10 or so now. And they all go into a little bit more detail about different facets and of investing and business ownership, tax structures, all these things that it sounds quite boring, and I'm really interested in it, so I don't find it boring. So many people would find it boring, but it's so important that you understand, so that you can break free of the rat race of doing the 9 to 5 job every day and not knowing another way, spending everything you earn. It's such an important part of my development. And one of the key foundations of the book is to create your own personal financial statement. Okay, so this is quite a simple, complex concept really. Is you're putting your income at the top, and then you've got your expenses below your income. So what comes in every month, you then deduct all your expenses, and then at the bottom you've got assets and liabilities. So then you've got assets are things that make you money, and liabilities are things that cost you money. So, for example, a mortgage would be a liability, or a loan would be a liability, a credit card would be a liability, whereas stocks and shares that could pay you money, or properties or real estate that can generate you a rental income would be assets. And there's also so you put your assets and your liabilities on, and you put your income and expenditure on, and it gives you, when you see how the money flows, you can understand how money flows and understand your actual position from a financial statement perspective. And some people don't even know this, which is scary. And I've gone into great detail, and I've built my investments and my things over the course of time. And it takes quite a lot of time to kind of set it up and get it all accurate correctly and have all the different platforms. But once you kind of understand the basics, you then start to learn more about different investment opportunities, how business ownership can give you an advantage from a tax perspective or a passive income perspective, and then you can start setting up key metrics like debt to equity ratios, passive income percentage of your passive to income or passive income to expenses ratio, and these are things that I won't go into detail now, but the key thing for me is that having this financial statement now really gives me clarity on my financial position, and it can give me some really clear indication of what I need to do to get to the next level. And in addition to that, the reason I'm talking about it now is that one of my closest friends has got a successful business, and he's kind of built his business up the hard way, and he's now starting to reap the benefits. But he's built a successful business, yet he doesn't understand all of these concepts and things. And I've been kind of working with him to help him, and it's been massively eye-opening for him. And the beauty of it is, from my perspective, is that, you know, entrepreneurship, business ownership, investments, it's quite a lonely space. And if you can find somebody else to share this knowledge with, and help one another, hold one another accountable, it can make the journey so much more beneficial. And also, bouncing ideas, investment ideas off one another can be really, really important. And that's what I've been doing. And it's been like a massive weight off my shoulders having somebody that I can do this with, who's not involved in any of the businesses that I'm involved in, because they can give you a completely polarizing or an opposite view of what you're doing. And that's been invaluable. And we've agreed to kind of have regular meetings and go through each other's, you know, warts and all, go through pure transparency on our financial situations, and then work together in how we can help one another take our financial position to the next level. And I think the moral to the story today is, I know it's been a bit of a waffly episode, but the moral to the story today is that having somebody to bounce ideas off who can understand what you're doing is really powerful tool. And it's almost like an accountability partner, but and it also creates some kind of friendly, competitive gamification of life, of your financial life. And I think it's only when you do that can really help you take to the next level. Because something that I've always found difficult is, historically, when things have been really tight, well, I've been through business partnership failures, I've almost been bankrupt, and these events make you scared, which is pretty human, really, because if something goes horribly wrong, you learn from it, and it makes you more cautious and not as gung-ho as you perhaps were. And what I've kind of understood is that I'm now, whereas when I was younger, I used to be more aggressive in my investment and business opportunity action-taking strategies, but now I'm older and I've potentially got more to lose. I'm a lot more cautious, to the extent that I hold back when the opportunities arise. But having an accountability partner and somebody who I can share experiences with has really helped me realise that if I don't do this, my metrics are going to be the same or worse, when I speak to this guy again. Whereas I need to do something now to make sure that I'm taking action every month. And that's been hugely helpful for me. So I'm going to leave it there because I've been waffling too long today. But any questions and stuff, drop me a line. I'll respond to every question. But remember, that this is part of the Runpreneur Challenge, which is a fundraiser to save the lives of children by attempting the ultimate ultra marathon. So please do give this a subscribe and a share, as the more people we get in front of, the more money we raise. Thank you for your support as always. Stay positive, stay happy, and I'll see you again tomorrow.